talks on reuniting Cyprus have failed to reach an agreement in Switzerland. Turkish Cypriot President Mustafa Akunji and his Greek Cypriot counterpart Nikos Anastasiadis have been negotiating for 2 days in the Swiss resort of Montpellier. They were trying to resolve disputes that have split the island since 1974. 800,000 Greek Cypriots and 220,000 Turkish Cypriots live in Cyprus, divided by a UN-controlled ceasefire line. Well, for more on this, our correspondent Ertan Karpazli joins us now live in the studio. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So what are these sticking points here that have led these talks to collapse?
Well, what we're being told about the recent collapse is that the Greek Cypriots were demanding enough space in the northern territories to resettle around 100,000 Greek Cypriots who were displaced during the 1974 intervention by Turkey. The Turkish Cypriots offered around 7% of their territory, which did not match the Greek Cypriot demands. And to be honest with you, this is no surprise for us. It's the same point of disagreement for the past few decades. They're not able to agree on solving the land dispute. The problem is that in the 1974 intervention by Turkey, the Turkish Cypriots basically took control of around 35% of the island, but their population is around 18%. So they're basically controlling more than their population's value. And actually the areas that they're controlling are very strategic. They're controlling the majority of the Masorial Plains, which is the main agricultural area of Cyprus. And this has been the main sticking point of the Greek Cypriots in these negotiations. They're basically demanding more than the Turkish Cypriots are willing to give up.
Okay, then what does this now mean for the peace process? How will they ever find common ground on that point?
Well, basically the Greek Cypriots right now are playing hardball, which is expected in negotiations. The Turkish Cypriots are willing to make some concessions, which but perhaps maybe not as much as the Greek Cypriots are hoping. But I believe that the two leaders will eventually come to some kind of agreement, albeit a reluctant agreement, mainly due to international pressure that's being put on them. And this will go to a referendum, but I have doubts that the deal will pass the referendum.
But let me ask you, I mean, what is the relationship like between Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots? Is there a lot of animosity? Are they angry? Or would they like to see these peace talks succeed?
Well, the Turkish Cypriots and the Greek Cypriots don't really have much of a problem between themselves. I've always said that if Cyprus was an island in the middle of the Pacific where there are no major powers around them, the people would get along perfectly fine. But due to the geographical location of Cyprus, it's in a very strategic area surrounded by powerful neighbors. Cyprus can never truly be independent. And for this reason, the people of Cyprus have not really been able to develop a united national identity. They're two different people on one island following two different political narratives. Okay. And for that reason, it will be very difficult to get them to agree politically, even though there may be some economic incentives to finding a mutual agreement.
Okay,
yeah.
Ertan Karpazli.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.